am so hungover. What? We're rolling? Okay, just edit this out in a second. Okay. Hi. It's me, big budget Hollywood movie star Eric Thacker. You may know me from my films such as The Expendable 17, or To Beard or Not to Beard, the Jeffrey Nave story, or the critically acclaimed Hollywood smash hit, My Little Pony Saved Christmas 2, It's Snow Time. But today, I'm not here as an awesome movie star. I'm certainly not here because of some court-ordered public service. Today, I'm here to play what could be the most important role of my life, a role that might just save yours. Today, I'm here to tell you kids all about doing ecstasy. How is that better than what I said? Okay, just keep going. I'm here to tell you kids to not do ecstasy. And that concludes today's lecture. Do I have any questions?
Mr. Thacker, I need advice.
Is it relevant to the lecture?
I don't think so.
Alright, fine then. Shoot, go ahead.
My older brother has a friend named Molly and I never see him anymore. What should I do?
Well, little Billy, sounds to me like your brother is on drugs. See, Molly? That's a code name these punk kids use these days for MDMA, which is ecstasy. So your brother's probably going to die. See, a patent for MDMA was filed in 1912 by some German scientist guys by a company called Merck. Sounds a lot like America, but not as awesome. You see, which is a good lesson, kids. Never trust Germans. If you don't like it, you can cut later, okay? Now, during the 70s in the U.S., I just keep it real, all right? No, okay, whatever. During the 70s in the U.S., some doctors in the United States, the best country in the world, they rediscovered MDMA and they sold it to a bunch of therapists, some kind of hippy-dippy therapy drug, all right? They gave their patients insight into their problems and it brought down their defenses. And let me tell you, it works. I've heard. Now, some psychiatrists even called ecstasy penicillin for the soul. It really tells you something. Now, during the 1980s, the use of empathy, or ecstasy, or X, as the cool kids would call it, began to increase, especially among the gays and the young people, which really know, if anyone knows how to have fun, it's gays and young people. Now, the 90s, ecstasy was a big part of the nightclub and electronic music scenes, or raves, as they're commonly called.
But Mr. Thacker, I thought ecstasy was bad.
Indeed it is, Billy. It's very bad. In fact, it's so bad that it was banned in the United States in 1985, after they found it had no medical use and a high potential for abuse. Over the years, most countries who were pretty lame, they followed suit and also made it illegal. But the best way to teach you kids about ecstasy is to show you. Now, the problem is it's actually pretty hard to make. It's a pretty complicated process. You really need to be an extra smart, sciencey guy like me in order to make it. Now, it's important to note that ecstasy pills are not just 100% MDMA, all right? MDMA is made from chemicals like PMK and piperonyl. Just keep going. This will result in MDMA powder, however, it can't be packed in the pills in its purest form. All right, you can't do it that way. This is why they're often also packed with additives like caffeine, aspirin, or for a real serious high, some cocaine. But don't do that though, because that's really bad.
Yo, teacher, how is X made?
Well, because most of you are probably too stupid to actually make X, I've decided to bring a fresh batch into class today. And what you have to do is, you have to take one of these pills and just place them directly onto your tongue, like this. Yeah. And you just let it take you away. All right, that's the bell. I'll see you guys later. Hey kids, quick note from your Uncle Eric. There's lots of different ways to buy ecstasy, and there's lots of different ways to do ecstasy. Now, the way you see me doing in this video, where I'm dissolving it on my tongue or under my tongue, that's one common way. You could also crush it up and eat it like candy. The problem with that, though, is most people agree that ecstasy tastes terrible. So most people take ecstasy just by swallowing it like a pill. Now, you can also, if you really want a good high, you can crush it up, put it in a napkin, and then shove it straight up your butt. The problem with that, though, is if you do that, please remember to wash your hands before you eat.
Hey, Bill,
Hey Tyler, what's up?
you want to buy some X?
Did you get that from Mr. Thacker's class?
Maybe I did.
Didn't you see the educational videos?
Or is it?
Yes.
Are you going to buy it or not?
I don't have any money.
I'll take your lunch.
Hello class, today's biology lesson is on.
Sorry I'm late, Miss Danielle. Would you like some ecstasy, Miss Danielle?
Where did you get that?
Traded my lunch for it.
Does that seem like a good life decision? Let's take a look.
Hey, kid, do you want some drugs?
Yeah!
Good decision or bad life decision? What do you think? That was a bad life decision. How could it have gone better? Let's see.
Hello, good sir. Can I interest you in some ecstasy?
No thanks, drugs are bad for you.
You know what? You're right.
Was that a good or bad life decision? So, little Billy, which life decision would you like to make from now on?
The one with the check on it.
That's right. Tyler, would you come up here, please?
Sure thing, Miss Danielle.
Now, Tyler, did you take any MDMA? Do you think that was a good life decision? Do you know what's going on in your body right now? Well, this is a good opportunity to examine what is going on in your brain right now. Tyler, how long ago did you take that MDMA?
I don't know, half hour ago?
Okay, well then it has definitely reached your brain by now, and it is affecting your mental processes. Let me draw that on the board and show you what it looks like.
Okay.
Well, actually, we're going to talk about neurons today. It forces the release of serotonin, norepinephrine, dopamine, and it blocks the reuptake of serotonin. It also triggers the release of neurohormones such as oxytocin, prolactin, and cortisol. Compared to the very potent stimulant methamphetamine, MDA causes a greater serotonin release and somewhat lesser dopamine release.
Huh?
So let me break that down for you and try to make it as simple as I can. There are millions upon millions of neurons all throughout the body, and neurons send signals to your brain. For instance, when you stub your toe, the neurons in your toe send signals, which are called neurotransmitters, up to your brain to let you know that you stubbed your toe. Since it only takes seconds for you to realize when something like that happens, you can imagine that the signals travel faster than we can imagine. Many amphetamines, including ecstasy, causes these neurotransmitters to be released from their storage sites in neurons, creating more neurotransmitter activity. Some of these neurons only transport serotonin, which is necessary for neurotransmitter that affects a person's mood, sleep, pain, and appetite. Serotonin neurons are usually much longer than other neurons. A normal serotonin nerve will release only a certain amount of serotonin into the synapse, so you might bind to another nerve and to continue the signal. So this is what a normal nerve looks like in your body. You have the dendrites, which receive the signals. You have the cell body, or the soma, and then you have the axon, which it travels down the axon to the vesicles. And so this is a bigger picture of this. So the normal serotonin cell or nerves, it travels down, and each of these cells contains serotonin neurotransmitters. So when you take ecstasy, the ecstasy reaches your brain, and then the ecstasy is able to go into these vesicles and push out all the serotonin into the synapse, which gives you that high feeling. And it depletes your serotonin, and it takes takes a long time for your body to make more serotonin, which is why you can't get that continual high.
Welcome to Psych 101, Billy. And I see. Did you know that Molly, or MDMA, is a chemical compound that
Forces the release of serotonin, norepinephrine, and dopamine, and other neurohormones like prolactin, oxytocin, and cortisol while preventing the reuptake of serotonin?
you did know that, so I guess you also know what Tyler's experiencing right now.
There's no telling what's going on in that drug-riddled mind, Mr. Franklin.
Actually, there is. Why don't you give me your best guess?
A party?
In a way, it's a party of the senses. Why don't you go get him and we can talk about it?
Whoa, this feels right, man. Man, you're like my best friend. You're my best friend, man. I had other best friends, but they're not my real best friend. They portray me. They're not real best friends. You're my best friend. I like you, man. You're my best friend. Mr. Franklin, you're my best friend. Man, I love this guy. I love this guy. Yeah, I love you. Oh, man, so much love.
You see, Molly, or MDMA, creates intense emotional feelings of intimacy and empathy. There's also some increased enjoyment of being touched, as you see here.
Group hug, guys. Group hug. Oh, my goodness. This is so awesome. You guys are great.
This doesn't seem so bad.
If it were bad at first, no one would do it, would they, little Billy? But there's more. Alongside the sense of euphoria Tyler's feeling, he's also experiencing increased energy, as he demonstrated in the dancing we saw earlier.
Dancing. Dance party. Woo. Woo.
Ah, there it is.
The dancing?
Yes, but I also want you to take note of his rapid speech. A typical component of ecstasy is the rapid movement of the mouth, which can deteriorate into bruxism, or teeth grinding. Some abusers of Molly use baby pacifiers to counteract this effect, although gum is usually effective.
Ooh, gum. I love gum. Thanks, gum. Oh, man. Hug.
He has to be careful, though, because boy, would his jaw hurt in the morning.
That doesn't sound so fun.
No, it doesn't, does it?
What other feelings does ecstasy cause?
Well, overall positive benefits include euphoria, increased empathy, emotional openness, psychomotor energy, self-confidence, enhanced mood, increased sex drive, feelings of intimacy, feelings of desirability as sexual partner,
Hey, where are the girls at?
belief of improved self-awareness and insight, intense feelings, altered perception, blurred vision, anxiety, dissociation, confusion, and another effect of MDMA is that it alters perception of time. So for Tyler, this whole hour we've been talking may only seem like a few minutes, when in fact, the time's almost up. Don't forget about the school dance tonight.
Little Billy, do you know what the physical side effects of MDMA are?
No, I don't.
Ha! That's what I thought. MDMA may have some fun and pleasurable side effects at first, but they're actually frightening and concerning. Did you know that?
That does not sound good, Principal Ryan.
It certainly isn't, little Billy. To start with, you should know that an oral dose of MDMA begins to take effect within 20 to 60 minutes and peaks around 1 to 4 hours. MDMA is highly metabolized for the liver, and the elimination half-life is estimated to be around 8 hours for the average person. That means you won't have to deal with the side effects for about 8 hours.
Principal O'Kelly, you haven't told me any of the physical effects yet.
Astute observation, little Billy. But don't get ahead of me, boy.
Yes, sir.
The two main effects of MDMA on the body are hypothermia and heat stroke. This occurs when the body becomes dehydrated, and hypothermia causes an elevation of blood pressure and heart rate and places strain on the kidneys. These effects are worsened by what's called ecstasy stacking, or the combination of ecstasy with LSD, alcohol, marijuana, or other drugs. So essentially what this means is your body overheats because MDMA interferes with the balance of serotonin in the hypothalamus part of the brain, which is the body's thermometer. As you continue to dance and enjoy the music here at the school dance, your body is presently in the process of trying to cool itself down and regulate its temperature. As your body temperature continues to rise, it begins to seriously affect the functioning and health of your liver, kidney, heart, lungs, and even your muscles. Does that sound fun to you, little Billy?
No, sir, it doesn't.
That's okay, because I love you, and I love you, I love you, and you.
Tyler, you don't look well. You're sweating profusely and you're beginning to stumble around. You want me to call an ambulance for you?
I feel awesome. Oh, wait.
What did you learn today, little Billy?
I learned not to do ecstasy.
That's right. How do you feel?
Not like Tyler.
Do you need a ride home, little Billy?
No, my older brother's coming to get me. Here he is now.
Hey everyone, this is my friend Molly.
Oh!
We did good.
Yeah, I did.
Wait a minute. Did you show the kids how to make drugs?
Well, if you don't show kids how to do bad things, then how are they going to know not to do them?